Okay, that Air Force guy here. I've been asked by a couple of people, how did I join the Air Force? Did I got paid or anything like that to join the Air Force? Okay, let's go ahead and get some knowledge. First, go to airforce.com right here. Apply now. Simple Google search. And you go down here and it says prepare for success. Step one, select your service. Two, submit your application. Three, contact the Air Force recruiter. A little bit more complicated, but first, hit apply now, and that'll let you get hold of recruiter. But you need some knowledge before you do it. There's Air Force active duty, that's 24/7. Air Force National Guard, which is you're actually part of the state you're in, and you only get activated for the federal component when you're given certain type of orders, which we'll discuss later. Air Force Reserves is just that. It's you're held to the same standards Air Force Active. Your Air Force Reserve is supposed to be 1 week a month, 2 week year, but that does change. So you could go either route on this. So I selected the Air Force Active Duty. Go here, and there's a listed officer or prior service. Let's just go enlisted officer. You have to have a 4-year bachelor degree, and a prior service. You know what to do because you're previously in the service. Hear it again. Go to the recruiter's office, but before it, you always have to be prepared and know what you're going to talk about. 2, take the ASVAB. That's the recruiter will set that up. 3, physical and mental screening. This is the physical test as well as your medical review of your if you're medically prepared for military service as well as mental screening. And also they will check if you have criminal history, debts, financial obligations, and if you have they call it moral standards where therefore says certain set of standards as well as Department of Defense and federal law they have to meet to join the military. And then you prepare basic train. Delayed entry program is you sign up, say today, and in a year or 6 months or 8 months you go in. And that's usually because you picked a job and you have the ASVAB for the job, and that job isn't open and available until 6 to 8 months later. That's why. And BMT is basic military training. Some have bonuses, some don't, so be aware of that. Here's your age requirements. You have to be between 17 and 42 years old. Healthcare and ministry professionals are a different kind of thing. Asked the recruit about that. Ages are between 17 and 48 years old. And then there's height and weight. Definitely look that up. I may look at that later for you. And then a body mass index, which is basically your ratio of your body fat versus your height and weight. Males are supposed to be between 17, I believe males are maximum 26% and females 36%. And here's health and vision, plus or minus 8. Pilots, of course, aircrew have stricter requirements. Family and children, for females, basically it's kind of geared towards that, is minimum 6 months after postpartum, which is after you gave birth. And then citizenship, you can see you can list as a non-resident in the Air Force. You must be a lawful permanent resident with a valid permanent resident card, commonly known as a green card. And that you're admitted for permanent residence to live and work in the U.S. Just be forewarned, this may affect your security clearance, which we all get in the military. So, and that limits your jobs. And here's the medical or the residency requirements. And here's becoming a U.S. citizen. All right. ASVAB. This determines where kind of job you can get in Air Force. And in the Air Force, you can list with a high school diploma or GED or 15 college semester hours. Make sure you take the pretest and prepare for this. If you don't, then the jobs you want may not be the jobs you get. A criminal record, highly suggest don't get involved in crime, don't have a criminal record, then they won't have to try to waive it. And if there's too many issues, they won't accept you. Same with drugs. Of course, everybody thinks marijuana is legal. It's not. according to federal standards. So if you're in a state that takes, use marijuana, don't, because it could disqualify you. And voluntary retired return to active duty. That's kind of for guys like me. All right, so here's the Air Force waiver guide. You can find this at afrl.af.mil, or you can Google it, right? And this gives you kind of a list. And here's the most recent, a list of what is the type of medical condition that could keep you from joining the Air Force. Acne, they're talking about acne, like really bad acne that requires medication, not just normal acne. And there's waivers they have to submit for certain type of things. So I would highly suggest review this and see if any are applicable to you. Some of it's confusing, but it's good to kind of check it out. Only 748 pages. Now, there is a link when you apply to join the Air Force about your ASVAB. If you go here, press that link, and then it talks about what the subtests are about, the eligibility, and these are the 4 items they look at: mechanical, administrative, general, or electronics. And it kind of tells you what jobs you could get mechanical. So say you get 86, it could be aircraft fuel, armament, air transportation. If you get 99, see how the jobs open up. And there's more, see? But if you go here to 12, you'll see the jobs actually will decrease. You can see the score right here. All right. And there is a section where you can actually do a pre-test. So I highly suggest do the pre-test. It'll be further up in this section. All right. Make sure you double check this stuff. And always, when you go to the recruiter, have a kind of idea what you're looking for as a job. There's plenty of ways to research it. On this page, they will actually talk about some jobs too. I hope this helps, and I will try to do this some more. That Air Force guy out.